My name is Mark Hollis. I'm the Rehabilitation Support Team Leader at the Blind Veterans UK Llandudno Centre. I lead a team of 8 support workers based between Llandudno and Brighton centres and 1 member liaison officer who is a blind veteran himself. Over the past year, we were asked to look at how we deliver our face-to-face services remotely, and I headed up a team of 24 people to look at our introduction course. An introduction course is where new members to the charity would come to one of the centres and they would spend a week with us. The purpose of that week was to enable them to connect to other members who've got sight loss and to find out about the services that we offer and to have a look at them and, using our outcome framework, make a needs-based assessment on them. There was a lot of social activity involved in that week, and it's the first time they maybe have met somebody that's also suffering with sight loss. So how did we look at doing that remotely? We broke that down into 3 phases. We had a welcome booklet, a welcome talk, and the introductory week. The welcome book is a new brochure which explains everything that happens within Blind Veterans UK as a charity. It's got a history and it has other services that we also use and collaborate with, and all the connection numbers that they can use to access them services now. The welcome talk was designed for community staff to contact new members as they join, form them into a small group using Microsoft Teams, and talk through the welcome booklet with them and give those members some information about blind veterans. And more importantly, it's about that first connection, realising that they're not on their own and not the only people dealing with sight loss. We use the military connection and the sight loss as the commonality for that, and hopefully that starts building that connection. If they want to, after that, they can then attend the 5-day remote introduction course, which is led by community staff, with my staff supporting that week with the specialisms and rehabilitation. The week is broken down into 5 days, of which all of them are around our outcome framework. So day 1 is about life beyond sight loss, what connects you, how you're managing with your sight. Day 2 is about support networks. Who's in your life? Where do you get your support from? Day 3 is about feeling safe and secure in your home and community. How do you make a cup of tea? Are you making a cup of tea? And how do you mobilise locally? Day 4 is about managing your physical and your mental health, and also your eye health, and how important it is to keep and maintain that. And day 5 is about purposeful activity. What have you stopped doing because you've lost your sight? What would you like to do, and what could you do again, but with some adaptation? So those sessions are for an hour, sometimes longer each morning. And then in the afternoon, we do additional sessions, sleep hygiene, health and well-being talks, tech talks about Amazon Echo, etc. That's the one I'm most proud of. We've been able to get that service going from September the 14th last year, and to date we've seen over 300 members remotely. A course would normally contain 4 to 5 members due to the constraints of time and also managing a call on Microsoft Teams for more than 4 people. The average age of a member in Blind Veterans is 87. Prior to Blind Veterans, I was a soldier, served in the British Army for 11 years, and then I left there and joined the police. I was in North Wales Police for 23 years, and then became a volunteer at Blind Veterans, and that was 8 years ago. And 7 years ago, I was fortunate enough to get a job here, and I've worked here ever since. Going forward, I'd like to see that we continue with some of the remote work that we've done this year and have a blended approach, that we can do some remote and some work in the centre and in the community. For me, working with the Blind Veterans Armed Forces family was like coming home. I have that ability, hopefully, to talk in the language and engage in the banter with members, which is always great fun and takes me back to my days. Thank you.